Jennifer Bagley, CEO of CI Web Group, and today I'm excited to introduce you to Ms. Tammy Kling. Tammy is one of the world's greatest ghostwriters. She's written over 104 books for corporations, CEOs, executives, professionals, entrepreneurs, celebrities, and more. We're excited today to be able to talk a little bit about how to create the proper content for your website. Tammy.
Hi everybody, and thanks for joining us. And today we're going to talk about websites.
Fantastic. So you guys, we're going to talk a little bit about the framework. And the framework really, Tammy's referenced it before, it's the foundation or the infrastructure, which really has to do with a beginning, middle, and an end. Talk to me about that.
So websites are so complex and really intimidating, especially if you're an entrepreneur or a CEO, but you're successful, you're running your business, so you don't have time to think about content. I always encourage leaders to say that this is an investment that's going to last decades. So when you end up with Jennifer, she coaches you through the process of monetizing your words, because as we know, words are currency, right?
Absolutely. You guys, this is important. Part of the website structure has to do with your homepage, which is going to primarily position your website in the right categories within different search engines. Secondly, it's about you. I know a lot of people get stuck on these two sections, which is about you and who do you serve. How do you coach them through that process?
Well, one of the things is people they have an easy time really talking about what they do, but when it comes down to the analytics and what Google and the robotics recognize, it's a whole different story. So we try to reach the audience and the end user and pull them in. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end, okay? So it's just like the story of your life. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. The end is simply the call to action. But when it comes to Google, Jennifer can talk to you about what's needed there.
Absolutely. So once you get through the introduction, which is who you are, what you do, a little bit about your corporation or your company, how you got started, and what makes you different, or your unique selling proposition, we get into the technical aspects, which is how do we identify what your products or services are so that Google can properly identify each page and position those pages for other people to see. This is where you literally have to spend a tremendous amount of time. I don't think the average person can get through this simply because we see this happen day in and day out when someone starts a project and they're building a website. This is the biggest hurdle, is coming up with the content. How do you help them?
Well, the simple thing is we do a forensic on the website, and then we interview you, we interview your team, and we make sure all the information's here. So you've got information that your customers and your prospects will use for decades, and we design the pages in a way that you could print it for sales collateral if you needed to. So this is an investment in a revenue stream. And honestly, it's so simple the way that we do it. It's a one-time process. You say, hey, invite us in, let us do a forensic, let us talk to your people, and then it's that simple. We create the content, bounce it to you, you edit, bounce it back. When it's perfect, Jennifer does her magic.
I love this. You guys, if you can imagine, a website is like a giant glacier, and it's sitting. You have what's above the water, which is everything you can see, which in this case is content and graphics and your physical layout, or what's called your presentation layer. And then you have everything under the sea, which is everything you can't see. That's what Google's looking at. How well is your website coded, the infrastructure, and so forth. But what real people are looking at and making decisions on is the content that's literally on the front of your site. This is why it's important to go through this process quickly, efficiently, and effectively, so that this content actually represents something that is going to attract new prospects as well as convert them when they come to the site.
That's right. So what we're really doing is we're writing for two audiences. We're writing for your customer to increase your revenues, and we're writing for Google, okay? When it comes to your customer, what we're doing is we're not saying just about us, okay, and what our services and products are. We're not writing in that way. We're writing about you, meaning you, the audience, your prospects, your customers. So we're reaching them in a way with specific words, questions that speak to them individually in their business. So we're taking your business and speaking to their business, their meaning your customer, your audience. So we have two audiences really, well many. Yeah. Search engines, and that's Jennifer's role, right? and then your prospects and your customers. So this entire package is all about one-stop shopping. How can we effectively monetize your words, because words are currency?
Right? This is one of the longest processes for most businesses to go through. Literally, development, we can do that with our eyes closed. Design, we can do that with our eyes closed, but they get stuck with content. This is why we love working with Tammy. This is actually the final piece of how we get a website done, which I love. You guys, this is critical. In order to be able to communicate your message, you have to stop repeating the cycle of duplicate content, doing the same thing over and over again. Usually, I would say one of the biggest excuses that people use when it comes to doing the right thing online is I don't have enough time. And this is why you outsource to experts, so you can get the best results.